Hey everybody, Chris Shipley, Shipley Pest Solutions. This yellow jacket nest is a fun one. Just highlights what I'm always saying, which is nature's very, very amazing. So it built along a garage foundation along the sill plate and built out into the garage space, and it was probably 24 inches or so across. Just a fun one. If you like these videos, please like, subscribe, comment down below. We interact and come across things like this multiple times a week, and so I do try and put out a couple videos a week. And really, it's a lot about just explaining what we're doing, nature, some neat things, and just really highlighting those things that we really enjoy. So we appreciate it. Pretty cool one here. As you can see, a yellow jacket nest along the back of this garage here. They were cleaning out their garage and discovered that it was right behind some objects. So I'm going to pull all of these out, be able to get to this. I'm going to dust the outside entrance hole where they're coming in along the siding, and then I will dust and eliminate this nest. They're pretty docile right now and today because we've got storms rolling in. There you can see one kind of chilling. There's a few walking around, coming and going. There you can see down there, but yeah, it's there, I'll give them some light. There you can see them, but yeah, windy. We've got 30-mile-an-hour winds. We've got the hurricane stuff blowing up towards us, and so they're chilling out today. They're not super active, but all right, I've dusted the outside, so I'm gonna pull these objects away and then I'll bring you closer. Maybe. I'm actually gonna turn my headlamp off because I don't like the light that's giving off. There you go, you can get a really good idea of what's going on there. All right, well there you can already see one that is dusted up top there. So that's one that came in. I already blew dust from that entrance. So you can already see that one covered in dust. They're coming in along this edge back here, coming in. So what I think happened is they probably built down in one of the voids of the hollow block and they just built out. That's what we're seeing, but you can see one that's already been affected by the dust. You can see some of the dust blowing in here. So I will set up my flashlight here, hopefully give us some decent light. We can give us some light. There we go, that works pretty good. And they're gonna keep flying towards the light. So first, so I do have my scraper. I will scrape them away, but I'm seeing more and more that are covered in the dust. So I am going to go ahead and fog and kill the ones on the outside here. Then I'm gonna puncture that nest and fumigate it as well. So we're gonna kill off these guys first, then we're gonna pop it numerous holes on this. We will kill this as quickly as possible. There we go. I'll bring you up close so you can hear it. Bring you in here so you can hear them. Again, this fumigant is going to kill them pretty quickly. They'll continue to drop out and evacuate the nest. I don't want to crack this nest open right now because basically what will happen is they'll all fly out of the nest. So I want to keep as many in there as possible to kill as many as possible. They will die here relatively quickly within a minute or two. Then we will crack it open. We will finish the rest off. And I also have that dust. You can see where it was blown along that edge from the exterior entrance. So that's also going to play defense out there on the ones that are foraging and coming back and forth. But yeah, as you can see, one covered in dust already, another one covered in dust. Some of these foragers coming back, so. But again, here you can hear it. They keep flying right towards my face. I'll set this up. There we go. Flashlight. You can see them all down there. And I like using this fumigant because you get a lot of knockdown, kills them pretty quickly. Really kind of doesn't really allow them to come out and get super aggressive towards me. We'll keep letting the vast majority of them die off before I scrape it. And then I will clean up the vast majority of these that are on the ground, as there are many. There's hundreds already. So I will scrape and clean these up as well as part of my cleanup process. Because, as I've said before, their venom sacs will remain active. And so you don't want to, no bare feet, nothing like that. Want to keep the dog away from them, stuff like that, because their venom sacs will remain active. Got our handy dandy bag, of course. So I will go ahead and we will start to crack this sucker open and see what we're in for. Kind of one more for good measure. I'll zoom you in a little bit here as I open this up, and we'll take a look together. It's pretty neat how they built a little point here. Let's go ahead and start to open this and go from there. So this highlights perfectly why you don't want to just use an aerosol against this. I mean, all of this paper material, that's 4 or 5 inches so far. I haven't even gotten to the nest. So there we go. We can start to see some combs down here. Again, I'll continue scraping this top away here. There we go. Kind of scrape this away so you can see this nicely. But you're going to be able to see these levels here very, very well. So there you go. You can see all the dead ones down there at the bottom. As they died in the nest, it fell down. trying to scrape this away so you can kind of see basically how they build these. They build these the same kind of regardless of where they're at. So they're going to have the lower comb, and they just kind of build up, and then you get these really big ones here that have literally hundreds in each of these combs. And so, and then all of this up here is basically just fluff. There's not really much. See how it's all just protection? You know, you've got almost 6 inches here of just pure, just paper. So there we can start to see the actual comb. So I scrape this away here, and all of these dead ones, there's hundreds and hundreds of dead ones. And so you can kind of really see here kind of how they build these. And again, this is why even if you were to spray all this with an aerosol, this might absorb it. It's going to repel a ton of it, but you've got 5-6 inches to saturate to even get through before you get to the heart of the nest. You're not going to do anything. So, you know, the reality is you're wasting a ton of money on those aerosols. So unless you can actually get to the heart or the comb, you know, you're not really doing much. So we'll clean this up as best we can here for them. There we go. Oh, there we go. Kind of fell down there, but let's take a look at this guy. So you can see the construction there real well. We've got 3 massive layers with the little start probably here, and they just built onto it. You can see, I mean, there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds in this nest. Hundreds and hundreds. That's the other thing, when you just spray the entrance on these, you know, there's hundreds that are going to keep hatching. And so when you spray these, you know, she's just going to keep making more, especially right now. There's multiple queens in here. You can see all of these as they all died at the bottom of that nest there. All the paper material here, it'll fill my bag up easily. A ton of dead ones. So we will keep getting this cleaned up here. Back out a little bit. Now I'll just go about trying to clean this up as best I can. I might need another bag. It's a big one. Pretty big one. So if I had to guess, this one probably easily had 400 in it. It's a very, very large one. So, you know, again, this is another one of these. Just call a professional. You know, just call a professional. There's no reason to get cute with something like this that's in the back behind stuff, and you have no easy exit plan or anything to, you know, escape from or get out. You know, if it's hanging from a tree and you can kind of knock it down, open it up, crack the coconut, different story for sure. But in a scenario like this where there's quite literally 400 in here, you know, you're just not going to fare well. So this is one of these that just call a professional. There we go. I mean, there's literally hundreds and hundreds in there. So. All right. Now, this is an older garage, but we still want to try and clean it up as best we can. Because again, those venom sacs will still be active. So, yep, here's where she originally started it. This one right here. And they built it out into it. This one is pretty full. Pretty crazy. I say it all the time, but nature is very amazing. Very, very amazing. There are some flying around, so I'm trying to keep my netting not directly against me because I don't want to get stung. In my mesh. Luckily it's not 95 degrees today. I'm sweating a little bit, but not like I would be. There we go. All right. And I'm gonna blow a little dust in here. This is sort of a final deterrent. Make sure we don't get any rebuilds. And they filled up a bag, for sure. Hefty. That's that.